Well, I knew the possible danger. I mean, it was a very dangerous operation. It was amazing that we had a few injured, but all are in good shape right now. But I knew there was great danger. You got off the helicopters were being shot at. They got on the ground. Amazing talent and tremendous patriotism, bravery. The bravery was incredible. Lindsay, they got off the helicopter and the bullets were flying all over the place. As you know, one of the helicopters got hit pretty badly, but we got everything back. And nobody killed.
Protests erupted in New York City over the weekend as demonstrators gathered outside the Metropolitan Detention Center, or MDC, in Brooklyn, where former Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro is being held following a dramatic U.S. military operation. Chanting slogans and holding placards, protesters condemned Washington's actions in Venezuela and demanded Maduro's immediate release. Many referred to him as the people's president, arguing that his removal violated international law and Venezuelan sovereignty.
Yesterday we saw the United States government taking a completely illegal action against Venezuela, bombing different parts of Caracas and illegally kidnapping the president, Nicolás Maduro. Again, this is against all international law. I don't think we've seen such a brazen violation of international law and a violation of U.S. law. So we're here to say no war in Venezuela. The people of the United States do not support these unilateral military actions and that we're going to be protesting this. And we're out here all to say that we don't support war. And so I think that's the main message, that we're against the war on Venezuela. We're against Trump taking any illegal military action against another country.
I think it's clear if you look at the statements from the Trump administration that what this is about is not about drugs or drug trafficking. In fact, Trump just pardoned the former Honduran president, who is a well-known drug trafficker. In much of his press conference yesterday, he and Pete Hegseth focused on how what this is really about is the United States' ability to, one, secure Venezuela's oil, and two, to create a sphere of influence, the Western Hemisphere and Latin America, in which all countries and all people would be under dictate from the United States. This is something that obviously doesn't benefit the people of Latin America, and it doesn't benefit Americans either. We've seen the Iraq War, we've seen Afghanistan, we've seen our neighbors here in Brooklyn, immigrants who come here because of sanctions on countries across the world, particularly Venezuela and others in Latin America, be treated in really poor ways, thrown into shelters that are not adequate and demonized by American politicians within the Democratic and Republican Party.
According to U.S. President Donald Trump, the operation marked the beginning of what he described as effective American control over the crisis-hit South American nation. Protesters outside the jail said they were alarmed by what they viewed as a dangerous precedent. "I really want to protect the rule of law," one demonstrator told reporters, echoing concerns that legal norms were breached during the operation. Many participants said those norms were shattered early on Saturday when President Trump authorized airstrikes on parts of Caracas and approved the physical removal of the Venezuelan leader. Maduro, who was captured on charges including narco-terrorism and drug trafficking, is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center, an institution notorious for its harsh conditions. The Brooklyn jail, established in the early 1990s, houses both male and female inmates and has long been criticized by human rights advocates and defense lawyers. UK media reports have cited allegations that an inmate was killed inside the facility last summer, while at least 4 detainees are said to have died by suicide over the past 3 years. The prison has also been linked to violent incidents, including the 2024 stabbing death of 37-year-old Uriel White, who was awaiting trial on gun charges. Beyond violence, the MDC has drawn scrutiny for unsanitary living conditions. Past reports have cited maggots found in food, cockroaches in meals, mold-infested showers, and rat infestations within the facility. Several high-profile inmates have passed through the Brooklyn jail, including Sean D. Combs, Ghislaine Maxwell, Sam Bankman-Fried, Joaquin Ochapo, and former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen, further cementing its reputation as one of America's most notorious detention centers. According to U.S. officials, Maduro was captured in the early hours of January 3rd during a large-scale American military operation. Multiple explosions reportedly shook Caracas as U.S. troops allegedly entered the heavily guarded Fort Tiuna military complex, dragged Maduro and his wife Cilia Flores from their residence, and flew them out of the country. U.S. prosecutors have charged Maduro with narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine trafficking into the United States, and weapons-related offenses linked to drug crimes. Trump has repeatedly accused Maduro of leading what he calls a narco-terrorist state, allegations that continue to fuel controversy as Venezuela and the international community grapple with the fallout of his capture.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore if you individually take out their right.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.